We're back. We are back, and the Eagles are in the Super Bowl. The Eagles are in the Super Bowl, and we are back. And they took care of business yesterday, allowing 7 points, knocking 2 quarterbacks out in the process, and just generally taking it to them. Guys, let's talk about what might go down as the greatest free agent signing in the history of the organization, in Haason Reddick. Okay. 2 more sacks yesterday, a forced fumble and a fumble recovery. 3.5 sacks, 4 quarterback hits. Thus far through 2 playoff games, still has 1 game to play. This has been nothing short of remarkable what this guy's done. And, whether or not people want to give him defensive player of the year or give him the respect, whatever. I don't know what the situation is. For the life of me, I can't believe he's played for 3 teams in 3 years. I don't know how that's happened either, but he has turned himself into just an absolute force on the defensive side of the ball.
Once Gannon figured out how to utilize them, he turned them loose. I mean, think about this. Double-digit sacks with 3 different teams in 3 years. And you're right, Rob. I said that when they signed him. Who in their right mind would let somebody go like that when everybody's looking for a premier edge rusher? And early in the season when he was struggling, I guess it came down to Gannon trying to get to know him trying to get to know Gannon. I was one of the first ones to say, I thought you best utilize – when you have an assassin like that, a rushing assassin, move him around and try to find a weak link. And Barry said, no, let him settle in on one side. And then I like what Gannon said a few weeks ago. If I hadn't been dropping him back in coverage, he might have had 25 sacks. And you stand and you look at it now, and you're right. He probably would have had 25 sacks had Gannon understood him a little bit better the first 4 or 5 games of the season. But that was the feeling out process. So understand. But the fact that this dude – continues to just rack up sacks no matter what scheme you put him in. My goodness, how do the decision makers not look at that? That should be a vital part of the criteria when you look at who's deciding who the defensive player of the year is. Okay, we understand Bosa racked up 18.5, but it's got to run deeper than that. It has to run much deeper than that. The body of work he's put on the field for 3 years, and I'm looking at stats. I've never seen that before. I don't think it has ever happened before in the history since they started keeping stats, to be honest.
You're right, D-Gun. I mean, they didn't know how to use them the first 4 games. And the reason why I said you just got to let him fill it out, it's filling out process, let him go hunt. It's because just put him somewhere. He said, all right, I want to be right here, and then just let him go. Let him go out there, and he's going to find his way. He's going to be that guy. Usually, in all actuality, usually you put your best pass rusher over the left side, the blind side of a quarterback. I would have put him over there, but I guess he felt more comfortable being at the left defensive end, which is rushing the right quarterback, because usually your best pass blocker is usually on the left side, and I guess he wanted to go against the right. Usually he's the guy that's not as good as the other ones, but that's right in front of the quarterback, right in front of his face. You want to go from the backside, but he has been bananas, and it's not just like years before. And me and you talk about this all the time, Rob. He would get like one game like against the Giants and have like 5 sacks.
Yeah, he go crazy.
And he ended up with double-digit sacks because that had one with one rush here, one with rush there. No, he's got a total game now. He's changed his whole portfolio of moves. He is almost unstoppable now, man, because he's killing folks, man. They tried to double team with that sack when he hit the quarterback and knocked him out the game. He was actually double teamed by 2 tight ends. They just couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
They couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
It's crazy how good he is now, man.
He's got a knack for the strip sack. We know that. He's got I can't tell you how many times that he, even if he doesn't get the sack, he's right in there on a play.
Right.
And just forces problems for a guy. He either releases it too soon or whatever, or somebody else gets a sack as a result of it. He is what a motor too. I mean, you're not talking about the biggest guy in the world, comparatively speaking, to what we generally see here. He's more built like a linebacker safety than he is an edge rusher. But it doesn't matter, man. And he's great with his hands. He is unbelievable with the ability to shed guys and just, Barrett, all the techniques that you had to deal with forever. He's got them all, man.
He got great ankle bend. See, the thing that makes great pass rushers great is ankle bend, because the reason I say ankle bend is you can turn and have your body leaning almost perpendicular to the line of scrimmage, going around the corner, keeping your balance and staying up. Most guys don't have that ankle bend to stay up while they're turning the corner and enough power, enough force to go through and finish the play. He has it. BG has it. We're seeing Sweat has. These guys have that knack. And he's taking it to another level, man, as far as his pass rushing. His spin inside, his rip inside, the way he knocks his hands off and goes around the tackle and gets to the quarterback. Mm-hmm. Oh, and by the way, everybody on the stream also, when you watch the interior, watch how Hargraves was whooping tail. He was a monster yesterday.
Yep.
Monster. Watch him.
Great all year, Barrett. You know what I mean? Like, this is a guy from the interior who was in double-digit sacks.
Right.
That's carried right over into the playoffs. They've had so many guys have great years. Hargrave had a great year. Reddick had a great year. Brandon Graham had a great year. Sweat had a great year. Fletcher Cox, for all the heat he gets, and I get it, he's not the same player he was 7-8 years ago, is still a stud. Then you throw Joseph and Sue into the mix.
Yeah.
Give me a better defensive line. I'll wait. Really? I mean, it's not even close. And you're right, Gunner. They figured out the run to an extent. Yeah. I mean, did McCaffrey make a great – first of all, that's a great player making a great play where he broke like 3 tackles and scored.
That was a heck of a run. My goodness.
Sometimes you tip your hat and say, that dude's pretty good.
Yeah.
Right.
As opposed to, the Eagles. Yeah. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
He gets paid too.
There you go. There you go.
So,
there you go. You know what?
They were awesome in every phase.
Every team has a great player. Every team has high-paid players. They get paid too. And sometimes you got to give up a little to get a little. And they gave up on that one play, but that was about it for them. That was it. As far as the overall game plan on both sides of the ball, that's the highlight of their final game of the season. That touchdown run by McCaffrey. That was it. But outside of that, nope, not today, not here, not now. No.
It was unbelievable what they've done. And look, continue to do. I mean, they forced 3 more fumbles yesterday. I mentioned they're the first team since that Ravens team. Like, Ravens are one of those teams, like the 2000 Ravens, the 85 Bears, there's a few others that we always look at, and they're always the measuring stick, right? They're always the teams that you refer back to. Well, okay, they're doing something right now that hasn't been done since that Ravens team with 7 points allowed in 2 postseason games. It hasn't happened since then. It's amazing what they're doing. But I will say this, and I respect Kyle Shanahan big time. What are you doing with tight ends on Haason Reddick? What are you doing?
What are you thinking?
I mean, I don't know.
Did you not watch the film?
Yeah.
Did you not understand that right tackles can't stop this man? What made you think a tight end was going to stop him?
He's become the guy Reddick has that I'll let anybody else beat me but him. And you're going to throw tight ends on him? I don't get it.
You know what? And everybody talk about Shanahan being a better coach than we have. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I'm pointing the finger. Look, you said it's about it. Yeah, I'm doing that right now because for the past 2 months, you guys been telling me. I'm not you guys here, but everybody's been telling me the 49ers are a better team. They got a better coaching staff. Their defense coordinator is better than your defensive coordinator. Their defense is better than your defense. No, they're not. I've been saying it. They're not. They have been good. They have been great. But my defense has been greater. Bruh, 70 sacks. They had over 20, 30 less than the 49ers.
Yeah, the second next team. Yeah, I mean.
It was 44. Yeah.
44-70, the 49. Yeah, we knew after Bosa, the other guys don't get after the quarterback. Like, the thing is, this is where I think we struggle as human beings, right? Generally, you can say that the Niners are a really good defense,
right?
But they're not the Eagles, man.
No.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying right there.
I mean, think about this for a moment. In 19 games, they now have 78 sacks. With 1 game left to play, this team is going to surpass 80 sacks.
Right.
They're 80 sacks. At least get to 80. At least get to 80.
They had 29 last year.
I mean, seriously.
I can't say that enough. They had the second fewest sacks in football.
That's crazy.
I haven't uttered the term yet, but I think it's about time now that we're 42 minutes in. Gandwagon. Anyone? Gunner, you want to get on? Barrett and I have been enjoying the ride. We had it catered. We were eating.
Oh, hold time. Hold up.
Oh,
Hold
yeah,
up.
it was good.
Oh,
We
really?
had drinks.
Okay. Oh, really?
We had
What?
music. We had entertainment. It
Did
was
you?
awesome.
Was that also at the time when you put it in the barn and said it was under repair?
No. It got repairs.
Did-
Now
I
it's
see.
it's
Oh,
rolling when it mattered the
you wrote
most.
it.
Right,
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew that was
Yes.
coming sooner or later.
You're
So I
welcome
would
to
say
come on. Come
no,
on.
I'm in the back seat.
Come
I'm on
on,
the
man.
back seat.
Oh, you're in now.
I'm on the back seat. I told you I went from the back
Last
seat.
time you were waving at us as we
No,
drove past.
that was when you said it was in the barn for repairs. Now, come on now. Now I'm in the back seat. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm in the back seat.
We had surf and turf, Barrett. It was good.
Oh, yeah, surf and turf.
It was
You went from
You know-
McDonald's to surf and turf?
correct.
Bro. I mean, they had sushi. They had sushi in it, man. I had the dragon
man.
roll, man.
We had a DJ who was killing it. It was on, man. It was lit, as the kids would say. It was lit on the gangwagon.
We've been kicking it, you know, man. Me and Gannon, we put down a couple, you know what I'm saying, 7 and 7s, you know.
Oh,
We've been kicking it,
man.
yeah, we've been kicking it, you know.
No, but I mean, look, the defense is out of this world, man, and a lot of it, I give Gannon props, and we have fun with that. But what Howie did to upgrade this thing with Reddick, with C.J. Gardner-Johnson, and the timing of getting Avonte Maddox back,
Right.
Couldn't
It's
have been better.
Huge.
And especially what you're going to be dealing with this Kansas City team, to be at full strength on that defense is just huge, man.
How about Kansas City finding a way to win a game without 3 receivers?
Incredible.
Their whole success is predicated on passing the ball.
Yeah.
I'll
tell you, the throw, I know that everyone's going to talk about the run from Mahomes, which was unbelievable considering his ankle. But the throw he makes for the touchdown pass,
oh my goodness.
Steps up in the pocket, kind of on one leg, and puts just enough heat on it where the D-back was like a split second behind it after the catch is made. He is different, man.
Dude, the story, and I know we'll get into it later this week and all next week.
Yeah.
But after the game, I'm sitting there thinking, the storylines for this Super Bowl is incredible. Kelsey versus Kelsey. Andy Reid against his former team.
Yeah.
The front office, Beach? Who was
Beach was an Eagle, and he's from Central PA.
Yes. The storylines of this game are incredible, man. It's
Rick Burkholder, the trainer who we all know.
Oh, my
one of
goodness.
those respected trainers there are.
Oh my goodness. I talk to him all the time. He texts me out of the blue all the time. I talk to him all the time. You're right. He's one of the, I think he's like the president of the Trainer Association for the National Football, something like, it's just, the storylines are incredible going into this game. And I know it's going to be hyped up, especially next week when the team sets down in Arizona. And B. Brooks, when you get out there, make sure you look at my brother, man. He'll kick it with you. So make sure you find him.
Oh, Marvin's out there this time.
Oh,
yes.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
All right. Yeah, Barrett's going to be heading out later in the week. We'll hold down the fort here in Philly. But yeah, no, there's no question. I mean, it is going to be a wild week. You're right. The storylines, I mean, the Kelsey brothers, we got to try and get Mama Kelsey on too, by the way. We got to try and work our magic there.
That's crazy.
The Kelsey brothers, Andy Reid, who spent 14 years here, and you're taking him on. And by the way, there are still guys on this roster that Andy drafted.
Yes.
How crazy is Kelsey?
Yes.
Fletcher
Cox.
Brandon Graham.
Brandon Graham.
Yep.
Yes.
There are still guys here. So there, the Andy impact is still being felt. It's first time 2 African-American quarterbacks are going against each other.
Absolutely.
Bro,
crazy.
It's phenomenal, man. That let's talk about those 4 core group of guys, man. 4 core group of guys that have been there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Been there. And they're the ones that are the pivotal point, the pillars of the team. There's 6 guys from the Super Bowl to the left. Those 4 guys, that's BG, Fletcher Cox, Kelsey, Lane from the Super Bowl, Levada, the snapper, and Elliott, the
the kicker. Yeah.
Those are the only 6 guys that were on the team from the last Super Bowl.
That's how quick it changes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, we talked all year about, hey, with Hurts's contract, man, you got to take advantage of this because you never know what happened. And all the free agents they have, you got to take advantage of it. And the Eagles are taking advantage of it. And it's not just that. It's just it changes so quickly in this league. It's the ultimate not for long league. Look at the Rams.
Absolutely.
The Rams won a Super Bowl last year. Yeah. This year, they almost had their coach step down. They're in cap hell. They have no draft picks. Their future does not look bright. It happens like that on a dime in that league.
And look at this team. They hired a bunch of mercenaries, and we're worried about who they're going to keep. Oh, by the way, they have 2 draft picks in the first round to replenish the cupboard. Look at the position this team is in financially, position-wise, compared to what the Rams sold their souls for that one moment of glory. They got it. Now they got to start all over again.
Yep.
Okay. With nothing in the cupboard.
Yeah. And the Eagles may lose some people, Gunner.
Oh, yeah.
They have the number 10 overall pick, and they have their pick in the first round.
Absolutely.
So it's not like you pushed every chip in and you got nothing, and you better hope. Like, again, we're getting ahead of ourselves. I get it. But you're not in this dire straight situation that the LA Rams are going to be in. You're in a situation where you can sustain this with the right moves, with picking and choosing who comes back, with drafting the right people.
That's right.
All those kind of things. And that's, again, where you give props to Howie.
Bro, and Rob, you just hit the head of that nail, man, because the Rams sold their soul for that Super Bowl. We're in the Super Bowl. We didn't sell our soul. You know what I'm saying? We're not locked into all those contracts like the Rams are.
Right.
They're in salary cap hell right now. We're going to retool next year, but we don't have the contracts that they have. Now, we will have to pay a quarterback. They paid their quarterback already.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to pay a quarterback.
It's the cost of doing business. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Good problem, too.
Yeah.
That means dude's playing at a high level, right?
Exactly.
It's a good problem.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, you're right. Listen, we got a lot of folks watching. I want to remind everybody, if you can, please hit the like button. So what that means is it's not just so Derek and Barrett and I can feel good about ourselves that we're seeing a bunch of thumbs ups. Okay. It's not just that. It will allow YouTube to show more people our show. Okay. Get greater exposure for the show, get more people watching the show. That's what we're looking for. All right. And we appreciate if you guys could smash the like button today. Just obliterate it, man. Do it what the Eagles did to the San Francisco 49ers yesterday to the like button. Okay. Let's all be Haason Reddicks with the like button and just smash that bad boy. How about that, man? But yeah, no, I mean, that's the thing. You're set up nicely. You do have some decisions to make. There's no question about that. But you have.
We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about going to Arizona to whoop some ass.
Well, okay, so let's look at it. Haason, Javon Hargrave, what he was able to do. But it's not just those guys.
Right.
It's not just them. This is across the board. I thought the linebackers played well yesterday. And, the kind of maligned linebackers, the Eagles. I guess they were just being overshadowed by the 49ers linebackers, who were studs, in their own right. But, man, they were just all over it, man.
It was like a feeding frenzy across the board. Yeah. And especially once they identified, hey, man, they can't throw the ball, all they did was stack the line of scrimmage and dare you. Man, 49ers tried reverses with Debo. They tried all kinds of stuff just to make it respectable. Eagles wasn't having it. Man, they flooded every lane you could possibly flood. And even McCaffrey trying to throw a ball. Where'd he throw it? Open space. What nothing but green pasture in front of him when he threw that ball, man.
Yeah.
It was the perfect storm.
Yeah.
You couldn't have written a better script for the way this thing went down and the way it ended, man.
No question. No, you couldn't have. I mean, you could not have. Look, the first series, they knocked Purdy out. The first series. I mean, it was immediate. It's
insane.
Yeah.
I've never seen a game like that. Never.
Johnson comes in later and you get him. And again, this is it isn't like all of a sudden the defense started playing. It isn't like all of a sudden the offense started being able to adapt to whatever the kind of game it is. This is the nature of who they are. They're built they're not a one-dimensional team in any way.
Right.
They can beat you any different kind of way. That's what makes you feel good about big games with them.
Absolutely.
Because they can do it different ways.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what it's about, man. That's what it's about. I love the fact that this team came out solidarity. They knew what they had in the fans. They knew that was going to be a distinct advantage for them. And they played to that all week long. They kept telling people, we understand that you're going to have at least 10,000 grandmas cussing you out. Aunts cussing you out. You know what I'm saying? There was going to be kids.
Clergymen.
They weren't going to be cussing, but they going to say something. They knew it would be a decided advantage against them, man. I mean, I don't feel sorry for him. I'm going to say this. Yeah, I do. I feel sorry for Purdy, man, that he walked into a hornet's nest. He walked in a fire with gasoline draws on, man, because they try to hype him up like he's been there before. He's done it. He's played in big games. He's got a lot of experience, playing all those games in college. There's nothing like coming into a Philadelphia sport, not just the Eagles, but a Philadelphia sports fandom, and trying to stop what they're unleashing on you.
Guys,
Bro,
I'm monitoring this. So as soon as I get up yesterday, I was up pretty early, but I'm looking at, local news. I'm looking at Twitter, et cetera. And I see that the tailgating, they were trying to line up to get into the Wells Fargo at 4:15 a.m.
What?
Yeah, that's when they started. The lines were backed up off of Broad Street.
Jeez.
And the other, arteries that lead into, wherever. It could be Citizens Bank Park, could be the Link, could be Wells Fargo. And there was a Villanova game as well at noon, which just added to the insanity. And Barrett, you might be able to speak to this, trying to get down there early. But it was mayhem down there, like absolute craziness.
Bro, it took me literally. I got off the highway. I live in Jersey. I get off the highway and I'm going over the bridge. And as soon as I get to the bridge, it was backed up at the bridge. You know what I'm saying?
What time was that? What time was that?
Yeah, what time?
This was at I tried to get there by 10 o'clock.
Okay.
So I'm over the bridge. I'm paying the toll at 10 o'clock.
All right. So 5 hours before kickoff.
I didn't get to my parking space where I parked at until 11:15.
Are you serious? Wow.
I'm not surprised. Wow. Based on what Rob said, I'm not surprised. And wasn't there another game there at the Wells Fargo Center?
Yeah, Nova. Nova was playing.
Villanova, yep.
Jeez.
Providence. My buddy said he was on the Platte Bridge. For people, the Platte Bridge is not a big bridge. It's a small bridge, but it's a nice alternative for folks like Gunner and I who are coming down 95. Okay. Yeah. It's a nice way to jump off if 95 is crazy. So a lot of us I take that way quite a bit. But that spills you right near not far from the Wells Fargo Center once you get off.
Absolutely.
And it's a small bridge. My buddy sat on that bridge for an hour and change yesterday.
What?
Just on the Platte Bridge.
Hey, dude, I'm going to tell you, man, in the 26 years I've been here, and considering some of the issues they've had, there's been times when I've had to sit like on the top of that bridge for 30, 45 minutes, and I'm not a nervous person. That bridge makes me nervous sometimes, dude. I ain't going to lie to you.
It's not a lot of wiggle room, man, if stuff starts going wrong on that bridge.
No,
bro, it was.
Oh my goodness,
it was ridiculous, man. It took me an hour and 15 minutes to get there, but it wasn't like I was bored. It wasn't like because I'm literally enjoying what I was seeing there. I was enjoying how they were getting all, they were getting mucked up and ready to rock at 11 o'clock in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. They were ready to roll.
Oh, they were ready. They were
in a frenzy.
Yeah, they were.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They were going to be in a frenzy. And then I don't know why teams do this in the playoff. I don't understand why teams come. I guess they'll learn now. But don't go disrespect Rocky. I mean, I don't understand what the hell is wrong with you. We don't go piss on your Golden Gate Bridge. Yeah. Why do you come out there? I'm sorry.
No, you're right. But haven't you
learned
from previous times when you pull that BS? It
Vikings fans did it
every time.
And that's what happened, man.
You remember those clowns who did the dance, the Padres guys who were doing their little shuffle around? Those
and
idiots?
with the little song.
Yeah. How'd that work out? How did it work out for the Vikings fans?
Yeah, there it is right there.
Yeah.
Brocky Balboa.
Yeah, Brocky Balboa. Yep.
Yeah.
There you
go.
Yeah. I mean, we don't go pissing on your bridge.
Yeah, man.
Leave our stuff alone, bro.
This Niners all day, dude, man. It's funny, man. You still talking trash. Brocky Balboa. Really? How'd that work out for you?
But he's got nothing. It's sad, actually. It really is. Like it's sad for a couple of reasons.
But he's still on the chat, man. So
he's still yapping.
But still, you know what? At least he's brave enough to be on the chat because Dallas fans, we heard crickets from.
Yeah,
this guy's been here. He's been here. He's been here the entire time. He's been here the whole 2 months, and he's been.
My only issue is
look at Niners. Oh, really? Oh,
no, he's trying to rip us because he's got nothing else.
I don't listen to that dude, man. He has no life, man.
Be a man, take your beating, and tip your hat. The better team won. Instead, you make excuses. You sound pathetic on there. I mean, that's really what it is. More than anything else, it's pathetic. Own it. You got beat. The better team won. Tip your hat.
And not only did you get beat, but we did analyze and break down exactly what we were going to do to you. So get that. You know what I'm saying? Take everything that I said and I've been saying for 2 months, wrap it up, and shove it where the sun don't shine.
Thank you.
And you know what? And to the Niners all day, to steal a line from the movie Friday, You got knocked the bleep out.
Yes. Amen.
You got knocked the bleep out, baby.
You little crybaby. All right, let's do this. Let's hit it, and we will come back. We'll go to the offensive side of the ball. It's not one that if you didn't see the game, you're going to say, whoa, look at the numbers. No, but you got to understand what this team is capable of doing and who they were able to run the ball on yesterday, a team that was arguably the most dominant in football against the run. So we'll talk about that. We're going to dive into that Chiefs win last night and the matchup with the Eagles for sure. A lot of NFL stuff happening, comings and goings and whatnot. We got all kinds of stuff. I'll tell you some fascinating stuff, from the odds prior to the season, guys, and what they ended up being where the Eagles are. So we'll get into all those kind of things when we come back. He's Derek. He's Barrett. I'm Rob. We are Sports Take, JAKIB Sports YouTube Network, Super Bowl Monday. Yes. Let's talk about Pro Action Restoration. Pro Action Restoration is the place that you call if you have a home, you have a business, you have a property that goes through, and it is tough, man, the inconvenience of water, fire, smoke, mold damage, all right? I want to get you prepared just in case, or if you're going through it, these are the people you reach out to because Pro Action Restoration is on call 24 hours, 7 days a week. I've experienced it. I had it happen to me at my parents' house, unfortunately. I called Pro Action on a Saturday. They got right over. They cleaned it up. The crew was professional. The price was right. It was everything in a really tough situation that you would have wanted. They're licensed, bonded, fully insured. They've been serving the tri-state area for more than 2 decades. Pro Action will work in conjunction with your insurance company as well. Again, could be water, could be fire, could be smoke, could be mold remediation. If you're not really sure, just reach out for a consultation. 610-623-3760. 623-3760 or online at proactionrestoration.com. That's proactionrestoration.com.